hoopers, young hoopers that want to build better habits for themselves, make sure you watch this video. Hey, it's your boy James Watts tuning back in with another video, man. Shout out to everybody for taking care of themselves, man. Hope everybody been good on this Good Friday today. I want to talk about two things today. So first, I'm going to talk about how to build better habits in terms of all the hoopers, all the young hoopers that's watching my video. I'm going to just talk about how to build better habits for yourself personally to make you an even better basketball player, even better hooper, you know what I'm saying? Or just like little things that you can put inside of your own, repertoire or whatnot to be able to figure out who you are and try to reach your best potential, if that makes sense. And secondly, I'm going to kind of cross over to the habits and also being able to know who you are, as a person in terms of you building your habits up every day and how to keep that momentum alive and going well and staying consistent with it. So first of all, I know that, anything that's tedious and anything that's monotonous, it kind of become boring. You know what I'm saying? Like a certain habit or routine that you do, it can become boring at times. And sometimes you'll kind of backslide, you'll kind of veer off that path. And what I want to talk about today is really just being able to focusing on one day at a time. Sometimes when stuff gets tedious or it gets too monotonous, I ain't gonna say we kind of get frustrated with it, but we just lose that fire, lose that drive, that motivation. And we kind of see things on, a day-to-day basis to where, we might get on our phone and we might get on our Instagram reels, or we might see something that's motivational, then we go do it. You know what I'm saying? You go do whatever you want to do in terms of you want to go work out, or you just get that type of energy to where you want to go do something because you feel motivated. And motivation is good, but it can only last for so long in terms of just trying to maintain a certain habit that you want to include into your routine, into your life. And it's just a few steps on how to get better at that, on how to approach this certain situation. It's just by you embracing it. Everything at the end of the day, whether it's emotions, feelings, whether it's a situation, everything comes down to acceptance. Whether you have a partner, whether you in a relationship, whether you just trying to create a business, whether you just a hooper that's trying to get information out here, really everything is all about balance for sure. But everything always comes down to just the basic fundamentals of just knowing what you're doing, and focusing on what you got to do and watering your grass and whatnot, and just putting yourself as a priority. And it all comes down to you just accepting the fact that, hey, this is something that God chose me to do. God is using me as a vessel. And at the end of the day, it's man, this is what I just genuinely love to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's really all about just figuring out what you like to do and just embracing that process of it. And that's how you are able to build those atomic habits, by just gradually focusing on day by day, to when you look at 2 weeks or 4 months ahead or 6 months ahead, now you got this huge catalog of just hard work that you've been putting in, and days stacked, that you can look back on it and you can be proud of yourself because of that. So just being able to embrace the monotony of just every day it's going to be tedious, but that's how you can be able to reach your full potential, whether you're a young hooper or whether you just anybody out there that's doing something that they love, that's watching this video. Just make sure that you just embrace it. Accept the fact that the process is gonna be boring at times, and someday it's not gonna be good. But embracing the fact that, okay, it's gonna you gotta take the good with the bad. You gotta accept both spectrums of the situation. But also noticing that as I keep going, I'm gonna figure it out as I keep going. Anything that you start at the beginning, it's going to be hard. Or whether you want to implement 20 minutes of reading into your to your routine because you're not used to doing it every day, or just meditating for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, anything will be hard. And that's where the motivation kind of subsides, because it's you can see something on Instagram and get you pumped up. Now you go work out. Then it's okay, everything came down after I got done working out, my adrenaline gone because that motivation is gone. Now it's Tuesday, you might wake up and you might, feel kind of you might feel like you don't want to do anything. And then it's that motivation kind of died down because that's what you was depending on, instead of just like, just looking at it from a bigger picture perspective. Every time you look at stuff like short term, and like every time if you look at everything for like instant gratification, like your mind and like your spirit moves in instant gratification. It kind of moves in that energy to where you want, to where you might start pressing yourself for no reason, to where you might start, being hard on yourself and or wanting stuff to be on your own timing. So now you leaning too much on your own, like understanding so much. You leaning on your own understanding so much that you kind of just overshadow the whole process as a whole that you're doing, and you get annoyed, frustrated. You know what I'm saying? So just to quiet those emotions down and just to build up the positive emotions, you got to always accept what you're doing and embrace the fact that this is what I'm doing, this is who I am, this is my process, this is my routine. This is something at the end of the day, even if it may be boring, I still love it. And that's why it keeps me going. So always go into your workplace, your space, whatever you doing, whether you create or anything, always go to it with a free mind, because it's like a kid going to the playground, or like a kid about to go and hoop on the blacktop with his friends. Always go in that mindset, in a form of like freedom, but also having a form of like freedom within yourself to know that like I don't have no bounds. Don't ever put no bounds on what you love to do. Like always go all out, fully express yourself, you know what I'm saying, like in the way that you want to, and just have fun. And the second thing I say, man, to the young hoopers that's watching this video that want to create better habits is like, just have fun with the process. The more you have fun with like something that you love to do, the more you don't look at it as work. So the more you have fun with implementing these different habits, and this not for like, all the young hoopers, this for just people in general that's watching this video. Just embrace the process. The more you embrace it and be enthused about what you're doing, and the more enthusiasm you have, the more you can be able to gain that momentum, the more you can be able to create a constant revenue of just hard work for yourself and momentum building up over the days, turn to weeks. Now it turned to months. Now it's turning to 5-8 months. Now you look back and you've been doing what you're doing for a year, and look at how you benefited yourself, not only as a basketball player, but as a person. Like, look how you benefited yourself overall as a well-being, like just as a whole. And not fixated on outcomes, like I talked about, like in my last video. Like freeing yourself from all the things that you feel like is weighing you down, and just going into your workspace and just looking at it from a kid mindset of like, hey, this is something that I love to do, and I'm gonna have fun and enjoy what I'm doing. And the more you have enthusiasm and fun about what you're doing, and the more excitement that you have about what you're doing and what you love to do, that's how you gain that long-term perspective that you want. In terms of like, now you look up you and your career for like 5-10 years, so just being able to love what you do, being able to stand on that, and just being able to know that at the end of the day, it's not about the destination. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go read Chop Wood and Carry Water. If anybody hasn't read that book, make sure you go read it. It's definitely recommendable, and I advise everybody to go read that book. It even taught me about how I need to be more patient with the process and don't focus on the destination, focus on like, the journey, which is the reward. So the journey is the reward. Every single day you wake up and you want to implement a certain habit in your life, whether it's 5 minutes of meditation, whether it's 10 minutes of reading, whether it's reading 2 chapters a day, whatever. Just whatever habit that you like to do it with enthusiasm and do it with having fun, and go in it with like a freedom of like, hey, I have no bounds, literally, and just have fun and just do what you do, man. Because I feel like when you're in that type of space, that mindset, you can be able to get the most out of it that you want to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I want to say, man. To the hoopers that's that want a better routine for themselves, or that's trying to build healthy habits in their routine. This is a video that I say that they help you out, and even to the to the general public, to the people that's got they got something going on that they love to do, man. It's all about having that enthusiasm and having fun. Like the more you have fun with what you are doing, the more you can be able to get out of it. So always remember, man, what you put in is what you get. What you give is what you get. The more you be enthusiasm about, man, every day I'm finna go to work and I'm finna go put in this work, and I know that my goal that I want inside of my head is the destination. So that's the like ultimate goal. But right now, what choices can I make? What better habits can I put into my routine to build me up towards where I want to go? So always remember that, man. It's your boy James Wise and tuning out. Peace.